we're going green. Be ready here. Green, green, green.
He just took a 4-tire pit stop. Two more tires. He can still take here. It's going to have 51 laps to go within a full fuel run. Easily within a full fuel run to the end of this race. And we will see if we can hold on and win this one here at Chicagoland. Cole Custer out in front right now. Pretty good restart there. Justin Allgaier, Chase Briscoe battling for second side by side out of turn 4. Briscoe on the bottom, Allgaier on the top. Everybody trying to get their best advantage possible and try and run me down for the race lead. Tyler Reddick blew an engine while leading this race, which brought out our fourth caution of the race that just happened. And unfortunately for him, I was running second at the time. Top competition out of this one. The guy that was fourth in the point standings entering this race is now likely going to finish in 37. He's one of the 2 drivers out of this one. Allgaier has cleared Briscoe here off of turn 2, and he's quickly coming now for the race lead. What lane will Allgaier choose as I wash up the racetrack just enough out of turn 4? Allgaier back to the bottom, and Justin Allgaier will take the lead at the start-finish line. Quick side draft, though, off the right rear quarter panel to stay on him, but I don't think it's going to last much longer. So I get really tight, and that's going to allow some other guys to get on by. Briscoe quickly up to second. Lap car of Kaz Gralla kind of in the way. And now Allgaier's running right up against the wall with the clean air on in front. Briscoe trying to get by the lap car of Gralla. We'll just have to see how this is going to work. Driving it deep into turn 1 there. Briscoe still just trying to clear Gralla. He can't quite do it yet. Dove in a little too early into turn 3 there. Finally, Briscoe clears Gralla. Now he's trying to go after Allgaier. Allgaier will give him a block back at the start-finish line again. Only 46 laps to go in this mile-and-a-half racetrack. A 300-mile race, 200 laps around this mile-and-a-half D-shaped oval. The track is actually more like a circle. As you can see, the backstretch here at Chicagoland, different from other mile-and-a-half racetracks, is you're constantly turning all the way around this racetrack. Allgaier isn't quite stretched out to a 1-second lead yet. I'm sure him and Briscoe will battle with each other. They're staying bumper to bumper right now as they both ran the middle line there. Now both down to the bottom. What great racing going on up there. Allgaier just blocking every move Briscoe has on him. We're now just over a second back of the lead as the laps tick on by. Down to the bottom here, quickly able to get underneath Gralla. But on the outside, he's going to have the straightaway speed here. Seem to be better in turns 1 and 2 than 3 and 4. Gralla back to the top as we go to the bottom. We're going to clear him off of turn 4, and just like that, the top 3 are all 1, 2, 3. All within a second and a half of each other, with the 2 leaders running bumper to bumper. With Reddick blowing an engine, the door is wide open for anybody else to win this race. Reddick had about a 2-second lead on us. About 75 laps into a green flag run. We were slowly gaining on him. A lot of that had to do with the lap traffic at the time, and if we stay green to the finish here, we easily hit lap traffic again before the end of this one. Briscoe moving back to the top here to try and gain more time on Allgaier, knowing that Allgaier keeps picking the bottom. Briscoe was not able to catch up to him at all. Briscoe is not gaining any time around the top though. Seems like we're actually catching Chase Briscoe here lap after lap, little by little. He's finally starting to lose ground from Allgaier. It's that short run speed in Briscoe's car. It's not able to hold with anybody once we get about 10 laps into a run. Briscoe was 1.3 seconds ahead of us. He's now 0.7 ahead. The race leader was about 1.7 seconds ahead of us. Of Allgaier, and now he's down to 1.1. We're gonna get to Briscoe in another lap or two, but how fast can we get around him? Will definitely be a good question. Still closing right to the back bumper. Getting a great run off of turn 2 and out of the inside of Briscoe for second. Easily going to clear Briscoe off of turn 4, now trying to run down Justin Allgaier. Back to the in-car cam here in this one with 38 laps to go. To catch this glamorous race here to the finish. Ran the top side from turns 1 and 2, trying to get every source of momentum with straightaway speed down the backstretch. Back down to the bottom. Cars handled better on the bottom of the racetrack throughout the majority of the day. Ran the middle and the top line at times, but they just can't seem to really get a good groove of things. And now to the inside quickly on Allgaier, entering turns 1 and 2. Huge slide job now. Allgaier with the crossover move. And he's going to get me right back and clear me on to turn 2. And now I'm quickly going to try another crossover move, a double crossover move. Down to the bottom in 3 and 4. We clear him again. New leader at Chicagoland here. It's Cole Custer with 36 laps to go. Down to the top of the racetrack. Here comes Allgaier. Back down to the bottom.
Inside.
Can he get there? He pulls alongside, trying to side draft.
You got room. You're clear there.
Still side by side into turns 3 and 4.
Hold your line. Got one inside.
And we're still side by side and side drafting off one another here. Back to the start-finish line again. So I barely led the lap. What a great race. And a great battle for the lead going on here as we're about to catch lap traffic. Allgaier keeps pulling alongside. We clear him here going into turns 3 and 4, but Allgaier back down to the bottom again. We got a lap car here in the way of Joe Jackson. Allgaier uses him as a pick, and Allgaier takes the lead right back again. Lap car kind of got in our way. And now Elliott Sadler, another lap driver, is going to get in the way of Allgaier. It looks like we're going to take the lead right back. Instead of the outside of the lap traffic. Allgaier now moves to the top here to kind of follow us in line. Loose to get around the lap cars. 33 to go now. And we have a caution with 33 laps to go. We're going to pit and take 2 tires under this next pit stop. Just because we can. Giving up just a little bit of track position, but plenty of time in this one, and maybe this will help us try to hopefully pull away here.
You're coming to the green. Are you ready?
Here we go now. Green flag back in the air. You got to make sure not to spin the tires, of course. Quickly going to make a jump now for the lead. Underneath the Allgaier. Big move into turns 1 and 2. And off of turns 1 and 2, down the backstretch, we have the lead at Chicagoland. And back to the outside of the racetrack. It's official at the start-finish line. 29 laps to go as we have just taken the lead. Once again. Still running the top side though. Car loosened up a little bit, only taking the right side tires. Justin Haley trying to battle with Justin Allgaier for second though. Laps to go.
Inside.
Huge dive bomb move into 3 and 4 by Allgaier. We're going to have the straightaway speed off the top though. He can't quite clear his huge side draft now. Back to the start-finish line again. We barely hold on to the lead and lead the lap.
You got room. You're clear.
Right up against the wall. How close we are running here. Just amazing. And carrying great speed into turn 3 once again. This might be one of our fastest laps of the race. We have run probably closer to the wall that entire lap than what we have most of the day today. 32.098. Fastest lap is at 31.9. We're definitely close. Got about 6 car lengths back of the lead. Still well under a second.
Yellow's out.
And we have another caution with 25 laps to go. So caution's out once again. This time we're going to obviously stay out. We have no more tires left, so plenty good on fuel to the end. Following caution number 6.
Going green. Ready. Hammer down.
Green flag will be back in the air once again. Only 21 laps to go now. Justin Allgaier, I don't know if he was the one that had the issue, but he very well could have been. Or Allgaier took 4 fresh tires. Didn't entirely see what the caution was there, but I don't know, we'll have to wait and see. Lead, there are 7 or 8 drivers on the lead lap now. Chase Briscoe's fought his way up to second. If we win and Chase Briscoe finishes second, we will gain on the points leader Briscoe. So we have 19 laps to go in the race now, but again, if we win, Chase Briscoe finishes second, we will be tied for the regular season points lead heading into Daytona, which will be the final super speedway race of the season. Not just in the regular season, but in total, as we don't run Talladega a second time here in the Xfinity Series like we do in the Cup. Great corner on the bottom there from 3 and 4, carried a lot of speed. But I think Justin Allgaier might be out of this race, which is crazy. And at one point in time, the race leader, Tyler Reddick, and then a second place driver, was probably the second fastest car in the field. Reddick was definitely the fastest driver in the field today. It would have been tough for us to beat him. But then Allgaier, which was the third best driver in the field at the start of the race, then was the second best once Reddick was out behind me. Seemed like he had a problem there. So both of those drivers are going to finish 37th, 36th. Reddick in 37th and Allgaier 36th if Allgaier had the issue. Again, Allgaier hasn't moved his way through the field, so I have a bad feeling he was the one that brought out that caution here, as we have a 5-second lead. We're looking at probably an anticlimactic finish in this one, but again, kind of hoping Briscoe will get passed by somebody here before the end of this race, so that way I could take the overall points lead heading into Daytona. And obviously anything can happen there. We finished 22nd at Talladega in the last Super Speedway race. Lost some points in that one. We were leading coming to the white flag, but then ran out of gas. Couldn't make it back to the start-finish line. Daytona race will be a live stream for sure, and the rest of the races on the Xfinity Series will be a live stream from start to finish of each of those races, as well as the Cup Series. We have less races left in the Cup Series than what we do in the Xfinity here, but both those seasons will all have some great racing, I guess, coming along. Looks like we're going to hit lap traffic here in a few laps. Maybe even less than a few laps. Over 10-second lead on Briscoe now. Still a fairly short run, but we have 2 lap fresher tires than the rest of the field. And we have another yellow, so we will not catch the lap traffic. We will not catch them at all in this race, as when we go green we will only have 9 laps to go following the 7th caution, so only 4 cautions, well 3 cautions rather, in the first 3 quarters of the race. And we have had 4 cautions alone within the last 51 laps, so here we go, 9 laps to go, green flag back in the air as we beat everybody through the shifts again. We won't spin the tires this time. I only did that on 1 restart in this race. It was earlier on, I believe it was after the 2nd yellow, we had taken 2 tires under pit stop, under caution, kind of like we did some time ago, and just spun the tires, but we have not had that issue on these 2 tires the last 2 restarts now. Quickly 8 laps to go. And as we are up to speed, we are already 2 seconds ahead of second place Justin Haley. Briscoe has fallen back to 4th on this restart. Can he get back up to 2nd, at least keep a share of the points lead entering Daytona? I just try to race as fast as I can right now to get back to the white flag. We still have 7 laps to go.
To go, you got it.
Only 4 laps of racing to go. As you look at this. I mean, we might finish a half track ahead of second place here, despite only a 9-lap shootout to the end of this one. It's amazing how fast the car we have on older tires compared to the rest of the field. That we have 2 fresher right side tires than the rest of the field on top of it. They're actually catching up quickly to the left sides, but two laps to go. Can we get back to the white flag, or will we end up getting our 8th caution of the race? We're trying to race back here. We're so close. Off of turn 4, we're only going to have 1.5 miles left because the white flag is in the air. 1 lap to go at Chicagoland in the Xfinity Series. Briscoe currently in 4th. He has a shot at 3rd, but that would be his best possible finish in this race. He will not catch lap traffic by the end. And it looks as if we are going to have the points lead when we enter Daytona. Not by a lot, but we will have the points lead nevertheless, as Cole Custer will get the win here at Chicagoland. What a race, what a finish, and it is time for a burnout. sorry, an hour and 41 minutes total time in this race. 6 drivers finished on the lead lap in this one, as Briscoe only finished 4th, so we will have a points lead, and it will only be a 3-point lead over Briscoe when we enter Daytona. And it will be a fun one here. And even Noah Gregson's still in the running. He finished 3rd in this race, and he's only 15 points back in the race, or the regular season standings lead. So it looks like a 3-driver race right now for the regular season championship. So we pick up our 9th win of the season. There we are in victory lane here in the Camping World 300. That will be it. The Firecracker 250 at Daytona. That will be the next race here, and it will be Thanksgiving night, and it will be a live stream. So long, folks, and I'll see you then. Thanks for watching.